Hi everyone, it's Karen here. Here is series 4 of the Oracle card series. Sorry it didn't happen last Sunday. I planned it to happen each Sunday, but unfortunately I had to work and the 12-hour shifts, and by the time I was finished I was wrecked. So I will do 4 and 5 for you today. I might bring 5 out tomorrow. So in series 4, you basically go through reading Oracle cards without the textbook. So I'm going to pick, I know I've picked cards before in the other series. Always cleanse your energy. Make sure you're all cleansed. You can have a candle burning nearby. For a little bit of ambience, or even to help you sort of meditate even beforehand. Just meditate with a candle, and that's always a good way to connect to your higher self, if you have a candle burning and you just watch the flame, because the fire, what it does as you're looking at the flame, it goes into your optic nerves, and it sort of clears a pathway, and it helps you connect. You get into a meditative state, and it helps you connect to your higher self. So first impressions matter when you pick a card. Notice the colour, symbols, emotion, how you're feeling. So there's no wrong interpretation. So I'm going to pick 3 cards. Okay, so I have no jumpers today, so I know I've bought a couple of other decks out as well, so instead of using the same old tried and true deck that I've been using for the past couple of series, couple of sessions, I'm going to, okay, here we got a new one. We got 3 cards here, so that's pretty good. Okay, so as I mentioned, we've been using this for a while. The first card I pulled out is rock bottom. So rock bottom, see how it's sort of mirrored on the bottom and the top. So if you turn it around that way, it's basically, you know, the same image. So, but what it's meant to represent is you're looking down into a pit, and that pit down there is the rock bottom, and these are the sides, the edges of the pit, you know, clear sides on there, and kind of like a winding path going down. But it was interesting that when I first noticed it, you know, you turn it upside down, it's kind of like a mirror image, and really not looking at the pit. You're looking at a pathway, and here there's the end there that you can pick out with a pickaxe, basically, you know, create a new tunnel, or, you know, get a shovel or pick out the pieces to get to the other side. But with it being a mirror image, to me it's kind of like, what number is it? 2. It's number 10. So it's a new beginning. But usually with new beginnings, it feels, you may have had these thoughts yourself, it feels like a new beginning. This is what I'm feeling at the moment. I'm feeling like there's a new beginning happening for me, but it feels exactly the same as a different point, different moment in my life which has occurred. So that's where the mirroring comes in. You can say, well, okay, I feel I'm on a new beginning here, going through this path, but it feels exactly what I've been through before. So I'm still going down through this path. Maybe last time I didn't chip through. And how you can see, what I can see here, vaguely, is someone's face to the left-hand side. I don't know whether you can see it as well. Let's see if I can see it on that side as well. No, not as much. But if I turn it upside down, you can see, you can vaguely see a face coming out there. So whether it is I need to sort of break through a certain point in my life to sort of change, you know, the feeling of, you know, having done this before. Maybe I got to a certain point and stopped. Why I would have stopped, I don't know. But these are things that you can see in oracle cards. You're sort of not getting it from a book, but your feelings are coming out. So again, if it's a mirrored effect, what's going to happen? You know, there's that face there again. Do I need to speak to somebody that I can get through, that I can break through this wall here? So it's like I've come up to a wall. So why I didn't go through the wall on this side, I don't know. Maybe things switched because my timelines kind of switch pretty fast, and sometimes it just has my head spinning. I'm thinking, oh no, where am I now? You know, maybe it's my timeline switched and I'm going down this pathway again to get this to this point, to speak to that person and break through to the other side. So you can see how we're not reading it from a book, we're taking it from our own experiences, basically what we're feeling ourselves. So the next card we have is a mountain. And see how it looks very similar. You know, I love how these cards come out sometimes. See how when I held it that way, there was a person at the brick wall there. And now the mountain has a face on it. And the face is lit up. So it's almost like, you know, there is someone I need to speak to get through to the other side of that mountain. Now that doesn't look like a mountain here, but it does, you know, you can see the face there, but we don't know how far down that chasm it is really, down the pathway. But it's coming to a face, coming to speak to somebody. And the mountain here, as we know, mountains usually mean challenges as we walk up the mountain. But here it's talking to us. The mountain is going to talk to us and tell us what we need first, because it's really highlighted. But it's a number 6. Number 6 brings harmony. It's a balance. It brings balance as well. But the whole face is highlighted. And what else? It looks like he's got a moustache. He's crying out for some reason. Humpty Dumpty comes to mind. Mountain. It generally means climbing up the mountain. So 6, interesting that I've just looked at the next card. So I've got 10 here, sort of trying to get through the end. We've got 6 here, which means balance. Of course, that's a new beginning, but it seems to be doing it again. Seems to sort of, you know, repeating something. 6 going up the mountain, bringing more balance. And the third card is called Balancing Act. So they're basically all talking to each other. They all came out at once. So they literally, you know, that wasn't one card, then another card and another card. They all sort of, you know, came out together. So with this card being a balancing act, once we go through the second pathway, you know, going through, talking to the person at the bottom and walking through to the other side of the block that's there, it could be the mountain that we need to get to and talk to the person there. And remember, 6 is a number of balance, and here we have a balancing act. So these two look fairly dark and dreary, don't they? So to me, it's kind of like, sorry, they're around the wrong way, but that's okay. So see how sort of dark they are? So to me, it's kind of like a little bit of darkness at the moment, feeling of not knowing where I'm going, even though I've sort of been there before in one aspect, but it's still coming up that I still need to walk down this path the second time and break through the end. Because what happens is it becomes a lot more lighter. and it brings more balance into life. Now it's a number 11. 11 is a doorway, a pathway. 11 is a master number. Let's see what else is on there. It's like a ship in a bottle. No, it's not in a bottle. It's a ship on a crystal ball throwing love hearts down. So there's a lot of love where I'm going to. And it looks like she's standing on the mast of a boat. So with the boat going through, you know, waters, going to where it needs to go, and almost she looks like being part of the masthead as well, where she's holding the rope where the boat is going. But there's a lot of love, outpouring love that's there. A lot more light, as I said. But it's knowing the direction that you're going. You can see a lot better and see a lot clearer. Balancing act. Sort of like walking the tightrope. So you're still walking a bit of a tightrope, but you have more understanding of where you're going, because she's taking the bottle on the crystal ball, and crystal balls are generally used for divination purposes. You know, let's see in the crystal ball what's to come of my life, you know, our lives. And having the boat on top, it's almost like the intuition is sort of getting thrown out. The idea for the intuition, okay, show me where I'm going and what I need to do. And I'm doing it with, you know, doing it with a lot of love. So those are the 3 cards. And these, remember, these cards were from a journey. The journey cards. It's from the Enchanted Map Oracle. And it's about, you know, our journey. Now, let's have a look at another deck. And as I was pulling this card out, these cards are, it's called the Oracle of Mystical Moments. It's these cards here. And I find these absolutely gorgeous. These cards are related to life, nature, and the feminine energy. And one card that came out, which I wanted to sort of keep out and show you, is called Bloom. To me, it reminds me of Frida Kahlo, who is such a creative artist. I don't know whether you've seen the movie, but it's worth watching. I went to see her exhibition up in Ballarat in Victoria, in Australia, when it was out, and it was just amazing. She had such a good sense of humour, and her creativity is just off the charts. Whatever she saw, whatever situation she was in, she basically painted it. So you can see from the name, it's called Bloom. Now, if this is about feminine energy, the feminine nature and life, it's all about creativity. So you can see her hair, and I could see her having her hair like this as well. That's how arty she was, very arty. Bloom, feminine energy is the creative force. Bloom, you know, the creation of life. It's pink, so there's a lot of love around what she does. And it looks like she's got sort of octopus hair, but it's almost even like a tree, because there's all these little branches that are coming out everywhere. So you can get a lot from a card. You don't really need to know exactly what everything means. It's what it means to you and what it feels to you as well. Okay, so let's get, I just wanted to keep that out because it really fascinated me, that card. And there's also kind of like a little bit of Asian appearance of it as well. Reminds me of Japan and origami. Or India. Has that exotic nature around it as well. Okay, so let's pick 3 cards out of this one. Let's see if we can be so lucky as to get 3 out, or if you have any jumpers. So it's all about, you know, what do I feel? What word stands out to me? Where do I feel it in my body? What memory is coming back to me? Because they're the different ways that Spirit speaks to you. Okay, well, I've got two cards, plus our third, which is Frida down there, but I will get one more because we've read Frida, or blue. Okay. It's quite an interesting one, that one. All right, one more, please. Let's just get one more. So remember the times, I mean, even when you're reading the signals from, you know, the universe outside, what is your first impression when you see something outside? Okay, we'll take you there. Because that's how you can sort of read what's going on around you. Okay, the first one, it's called Under My Umbrella. Now, what are you feeling about this one? Under my umbrella, I mean, he's riding a bird, and the bird is, I mean, the red feathers, or even sort of pink in some areas. Red is about passion. And you can see from his umbrella that he's sort of trying to keep the rain from dampening his spirits, dampening his passion of what he wants to do. So I understand that, you know, it's all about the feminine wisdom, and we have a masculine energy in there. I mean, but we have masculine and feminine energies within our own self, in our own body as well, in our energetic system. He's all on keeping the rain off the parrot, his passion. So he wants to sort of make sure that, you know, it doesn't rain on his parade. These are the ways that you can sort of have a look at the cards and do readings for people, you know, or even do a read for yourself. Okay, so he doesn't want it to rain on his parade. He's very passionate about, you know, where he's going or what he's doing. And so he's trying to sort of keep the rain off, trying to keep it. See how it sort of looks a little bit dirty? He's protecting the energy, he's protecting the colour, he's protecting his passion by putting it under his umbrella. You know, it's not rain on my parade. So the next one I have, it's called My Dear Friend, with the deer, of course, deer being the operative word. So, and you can see with her hair that she's enmeshed in with a deer. And you can't really see her feet either. So my dear friend, she's sort of become one with the deer. She might as well use, you know, have the legs of the deer. My dear friend, it's being, what would you say it was? Even her hair is enmeshed in the deer's antler. She's holding on to the antler and also holding on to his neck as well. So you can imagine someone sort of becoming one with a deer. Now, deers are very timid. Deers are shy, of course. They, you know, when they come up to you in the forest, we don't have any deers here. Well, we do have deers here in Australia. But if you were to come across a deer, it would be very timid and shy and walk away. And it takes a while, you know, for any, you know, a wild animal or, you know, or even a new animal to come very close to you, become very connected to you. It takes a long time to sort of get them, you know, on your side. It takes a lot of patting and getting close to. So that could be becoming one with a deer, you know, very timid. Reading it with the Under My Umbrella, very passionate about your ideas, and you just want to sort of make sure, you know, you don't want it to rain on your parade. for you to come very close to nature, become one with nature, because feeling very timid, that helps you move forward, just very shy and timid. Now, the third one is to the moon and back. And she's here sitting on the moon with her gossamer wings. It looks like gossamer wings, even though it's her, either it's meant to be her dress, but it does kind of look like a gossamer wing. You know, she's sitting on the moon. And you can see the string tying the moon up, so it's almost any moment she'll be lifted up in the sky on the moon. So to the moon and back. So if we put them all together, he's very passionate. Again, very passionate about the project. Keeping, you know, the rain away, stopping it from raining on the parade. My dear friend the deer, getting close to nature, becoming connected to nature, becoming one with nature. And also with him riding the bird, it shows that they're very connected to nature as well. And to the moon and back. So whatever your dreams and ideals are, you can take them to the moon and back. The moon being a feminine energy as well. And her gossamer wings, sitting there waiting for the moon to take her up. So those are the ways in which you can, you know, read cards, bring your intuition out and bring it into a story. Okay, I'm just going to bring one more deck out. Now this is the, where is it? It's the Inner Child Oracle. Now this is a really good deck. I worked with this deck for quite some time. Sorry, I'm just gonna. Okay. So I started with one, and I went through the deck. And I journaled with each one, sort of getting close to my inner child. Okay, let's pick 3 out. And I found it made quite a difference, just connecting in with my inner child through the cards, journaling. 3 cards, please. Three cards, please. Again, it's looking at the words. What word pops out? What image pops out? Okay, so that card's going to pop out. Okay, there is hope ahead. Have courage and take heart, for there is hope. So that's sort of, you see how it's all gold coloured and all the lights coming down through. Looks like, you know, looks like clouds, but it also looks like a pond or a lake. Have hope, so there's hope ahead. It's for those times where it feels like there's no hope. Okay, 2 more come out. Today is the day. It's time to begin the journey. So she's taking a giraffe with her on a journey through the forest. You can see the rainbow there, the different colours that are coming through. Even though the giraffe is sitting down. Not really a normal mode of transport, a giraffe, but I suppose the giraffe can sort of look high above and look on top of everything. So because of their big long necks, they can look higher than what we can. You know, if we're standing next to a giraffe, it can look right down on top of us and see the bigger picture. The next card is say yes. Now's the time to be open and receive. And there seems to be a lot of things happening. Generally, when there's a lot happening around you, There can be a lot of fear, a lot of chaos, a lot of, sort of feeling a bit of ruin around you. It's always good to sort of try to keep out of the way, sort of move into a place of meditation and just allow it to wash through you, because it's all the energy that's sort of coming through, and allow it to wash through you, and then say yes to receive what you need in that moment. Because basically what happens is the universe sends down all the energy. It's like standing on a merry-go-round. Merry-go-round's going around, and it's got everything on there, everything, all the events happening in the world, all the emotions, everything, that's happened in your life, all the, the good parts, the bad parts, the unhappy parts, the emotions that are flying through. And you're standing there basically, let's say without a body, but you're standing there in spirit, and you're allowing it all to pass through you. You're not grabbing it, because once you grab it and hold on to it, that's when you're sort of, stuck with it. But if you allow it to pass through and only grab onto the stuff that you need for this moment, that's how things become a lot easier. A lot of stuff passes through, you don't need it right now. But whatever does pass through when you grab it, you need it. So I think that say yes is now's the time to be open and receive what you need, because there is hope. So again, it goes into a story. You can start with today's the day. It's time to begin the journey. There is hope ahead. Have courage and take heart, for there is hope. So you can even put that card there, even though that one came up first. And then say yes, because now's the time to be open and receive. So there's a lot of ways that you can read the oracle cards, and they're all there for your interpretation. Whatever you feel is right for you. Everyone has a different path. Everyone has a different journey. But your path is unique. And whatever you do on your journey, on your path, that's related to, to help you move forward. People can join you on your journey for a certain period of time, but then they need to leave and go on their own journeys and do their own things. It doesn't mean they've left you. They're still there, but they're still working on other things. So that's episode 4. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, sorry it didn't occur last week, but I will be doing series 5 either later on today, or I'll have it in there tomorrow, and we'll go through oracle cards for, it's all right, I've written it down here so I can see what it reminds me. This is just sort of reminding me. Make oracle cards part of your everyday life. Practice daily oracle practices for healing and alignment to sort of keep you balanced, in tune, aligned with everything. So I hope you've enjoyed the series so far. Leave me something in the comments, like, subscribe, and also if you're interested in doing a tarot course, I'll have my link in the description box. Just jump on that and have a look at the website. So for now, thank you for listening. If you're still listening to this point, take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.